In today's lesson, we started learning about understanding division. There is a link to this YouTube video, Read Aloud, the doorbell ring, on my Google Classroom. Right here, if you'll go to my Google Classroom for today's list of assignments and click right there, you can actually watch it. And then if you haven't watched it or you already watched it, please continue watching this video. If you haven't watched it, please just pause this video and go watch the read aloud about division. So division symbols can look like this, like a minus sign with a dot on top and one on bottom, or it can look like this division bar. So you need to be familiar with both of those symbols. We'll use this one on the left more often, most often, but you will see this more, especially in next year in fourth grade when we start doing long division. But you will see problems like this for our basic facts. You'll see me use it some this week in some of these lessons. So on our tip chart, this is the 7th word for Unit 2. I also sent you a new tip chart for you to print out and write this on. Divide, D-I-V-I-D-E. Divide means to share equally. So if I were to have 10, just say, let's call them beads. If I have 10 beads and you need to draw this, like an array, 5 rows of 2, and I were to take the 10 beads and put them into groups of 2, like this, there would end up being 5 beads in each of the 2 groups. So the division sentence, I took 10 beads and I divided them into groups of 2, which put 5 in each group. If you will put this in the pick column and put that division sentence underneath, pause the video to do that. You had in your math folder, we had a half sheet where the other day we completed and put parts of a multiplication sentence on it. What I asked the students to do in class today was get that half sheet. It should be in your multiplication study guide, multiplication facts, times facts study guide, sheet protector along with your flashcards. That's where I asked students to put that half sheet. And what we did is on back, we drew a box on the left side and filled that in with 20, and then put divided by next to the box and drew another box and filled that in with 4, and then put equals and drew a third box and filled that in with 5. So we wrote the division sentence 20 divided by 4 equals 5. And then we labeled each part. These 2 words are just extra information. My first period class was interested in knowing what they're named, and you need to know more about that in 4th grade, so I just thought I would preview that with you. The number being divided is called the dividend. The number that you're dividing by is the divisor, and your answer that you get to a multiplication problem is called the quotient, Q-U-O-T-I-E-N-T. So if you will put these labels underneath each of those boxes, and then this first number is your total. That's what we're going to start with a division problem, is your total amount. Then this next number in the division problem, we're going to look at it as being number of groups or rows that we need to make or draw or that we're given. And then this number we're going to say is how many in each group. So if you will pause the video, if you can't find that half sheet, if you will get a piece of paper and make this chart, because we're going to use it to do our division problems over the next several days. We got to know how to set up a division sentence, and this would be how we would do that. So if there are 8 candies and you want to share them equally with 4 people, how many candies will each person get? We need to deal those out. 1 for you, 1 for you, 1 for you, 1 for you, and then we go back to the first friend and they get the second one. 2 for you, 2 for you, and 2 for you. So if we have 8 candies and we want to share them with 4 of our friends, each person will get 2 pieces. So the division sentence that we would be modeling by that would be 8 divided by 4 equals 2. How many ends up being in each group? And the strategy for today that we're focusing on is sharing equally or dealing out, just like we did with the candies. We're going to have circles that we need to draw representing our number of groups, and we're going to deal out our total, that first number, and then we're going to see how many each group ends up having. So here's our 3 circles already drawn for us, and we're going to count out 12 of the dots. You always want to start with your first circle and deal one out to that one, then deal one out to the next one, and then this one. And I like going to each group and counting on to my total. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I'm done dealing that out into 3 groups. So after you're finished, each group has the same amount. You don't need to count each group, because if you've dealt it out correctly, you should just have to look at the first group to see how many each group got. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 12 divided by 3 equals 4. When I'm drawing this, I try to put my dots in the same place in each group and go across the groups and then come back to the first one. It's like if you've ever played a card game, you deal out and you come back around. So that's what this strategy is all about. Let's try another one. 18 dots. We've already have our 6 groups here, so we're going to just deal those out and count up to 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And after you deal out the 18 dots to the 6 groups, you see that each group gets 3. So 18 divided by 6 is 3. Let's try another one. A total of 20 is being put into 5 groups. That's why we have the 5 circles. And here's our dots for us to deal out until we get to 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And so 20 divided by 5 is 4. So what I try to do is start with the first group and go to give one to each group. Start back at the beginning. And I also, I call it dotting it out, when I'm dotting out my total to each group, I try to keep a similar pattern, put each dot in the same place, because as you get bigger amounts that you have to group, your circles, your groups can be cluttered up if you don't try to be neat and orderly with them. So I strongly suggest that you, when you're putting your number in each group and you're taking turns dealing it out, that you put your dots in about the same location in each circle and go back and do the next thing. That way it'll help you keep in order. You won't get mixed up or lost with your counting, and it'll just make this strategy go a whole lot more smoothly. Now, here's one that you can try with me. If you could get a piece of paper, and we're actually going to practice drawing these out together. So it'd be real helpful if you can do this along with me. We have a total of 27, and we're going to make 3 groups and share 27 among 3 groups. And you want to try to draw your circles not huge, but not tiny either, so that you have enough room to put your dots in. Starting with the first one, and instead of drawing open circles like what we had over there, I just like making a dot big enough for me to see. 1, 2, 3, come back to the beginning. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. And you should always end up putting your dot in the last group. If you ever don't end up at the end, the last group, then you've done something wrong. Because in third grade math, you're always going to have equal amounts. You're not going to have any left over or an odd group, an odd amount. If you do, you just need to exit your drawing and start over again. So now I've dealt out the 27 to 3 groups, and I can come back and look at this first group, and I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 27 divided by 3 is 9. Well, I've learned my 3's facts this week too, so I can say 9 times 3, that's 27. Yes, I've done that correctly. Here's another one. If you'd like to pause the video and just give it a try, making your 4 groups and dealing out 24, and then check back with me and see if you got the correct amount shared out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. And then I go back and look at the first group, and there's 6 there. So there should be 6 in each group. 24 divided by 4 is 6. Is that what you got? And another one. Pause the video and you give this one a try and then check back with me. Got to make the 5 groups and share 35. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So now I can go back and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There should be 7 in each group. 35 divided by 5 is 7. And here's the one that was our quick check. And you can actually do this one and check back with me just for practice to see if you got it correct. So we're making 2 groups and we're sharing 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 14 divided by 2 is 7. That is it for the lesson for today. You are also getting sent to your Gmail the math practice sheet. It doesn't look like the other practice sheets. This one was a little bit different. So I just wanted to talk to you about what you should do. Come over here to the right side first. Draw a model of the equal sharing below in this area. Then fill in the blanks to the left. So we're just ignore that for right now, other than getting this division problem. You're going to make 6 groups and deal out 24. And then underneath, write what the completed division sentence will be. I actually did not do this part with the class today, so we'll try to come back and revisit this. How should each part be filled in? You mainly just need this left side to get your division problem that you need to model out and share equally the total. There's 3 problems on the front and 3 problems on the back, so you should have 2 sheets with 3 on each side. Please let me know if you have any questions or problems. You can send me a message through Remind or send me a message through my teacher Gmail. My contact information is also on the Google Classroom on this slide. And that is it for the lesson video.